What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of Game Time at the Movies. I'm Robert Pallas alongside my co-host, Abraham Trevino. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Wanted to ask you quickly, are you feeling better? You weren't able to make it to the showing of The Long Walk this week. Just want to make sure you're okay, buddy.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. My diabetes kind of was out of whack, so that kind of messes me up. And then just real bad with allergies. Nothing like the flu, but just real bad allergies. So
Gotcha.
Feeling a little better now. And then usually I get the occasion nosebleeds, but that's part of the allergy. So I'm doing good. Thanks, bud, for asking.
Good. Missed out on a really good movie. I'll just say that flat out. Won't talk about it a lot just because you weren't there, and I don't want to have that conversation without you having seen it. But I would definitely recommend it.
Right.
All right, folks. A lot to talk about on today's show. But first, as always, we want to start off with a little cold open just to get break the ice for everyone in the audience and for Abe and myself, just to get in the flow of things. So I had been teasing on Facebook that I have never to this day had the Wendy's breakfast. And finally, about a week ago, after I took my daughter to school, like super early, I think she had to be there by like 6:45 for dance and all that. And I'm like, you know what? I've got a lot of time on my hands before I go to work. You know what? Let me finally try this Wendy's breakfast. And let me tell you, so I got kind of like the version of their sausage McMuffin. They don't have hash browns, so they have little potato wedges.
Right.
And then I also got, just to try out, a honey butter chicken biscuit. I got to say, the first two, excellent. Sausage McMuffin, or their version of it, and their wedges, excellent. Can't speak on the honey butter chicken biscuit. I wouldn't recommend it. It was too dry for me, bland. Obviously still go with the Whataburger version.
Right.
But overall, I'd say a solid 7 out of 10. I would definitely have it again. Ranking them,
Yeah.
I'd still say McDonald's is top just because of the hash browns. That's a big deal breaker for me. Like, the hash browns have got to be it. Then probably Burger King,
Yeah.
Whataburger, Wendy's, only because maybe you got to have it a few more times. Maybe it'll jump the ranks. But have you ever had the Wendy's breakfast, Abe?
No, but I heard that the wedges, the fries are amazing.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. A coworker of mine said that she wished that they sold those all day because she would just buy nothing but those.
Maybe if we talk about it every week, we can get Wendy's to not only sponsor us, but maybe they can bring the wedges all day.
Bring it all day, hey.
I had a lot of fun with that. Can't wait to have it again. What do we got for today's show, or where do you want to start, Abe? We don't really have to do a docket. Let's just pick a topic and go.
Let's go ahead and start with I'm gonna throw. I know last week we didn't talk about college because I said there wasn't really much. This week I am going to talk college, but I'm not going to go into full like lineup and top 25 and all that. I'm just going to say, like, I'm Texas guy, you're a Michigan guy, and then a couple of other games to look out for Saturday. We got number 8 Texas versus Sam Houston, not a ranked school, not a real big thing. I don't want to talk about Arch Manning because, I mean, I like I said when we were talking off air, I mean, he talked with Tim Tebow, but I don't want to go into depth with that. But hopefully something happens because a lot of like people were thinking this kid was, the next coming of, the Mannings. And
I hate pre-crowning, Abe.
Yeah.
Yet we always do this every single time.
And give me a little bit on this because I want to, they hyped this guy and look, I was on that hype train because I was like, man, hell yeah. Arch Manning, when you saw him last year, when he was playing, when he would come in for these little special packages and stuff like that, man, it was great. Like, man, this kid's got an arm. And then when they hyped him up against Ohio State and then, man, I was like, okay, well, maybe he just got the jitters. Like, he just, he's the starter now. He's the guy. But looking at these other games, like with UTEP, man, it was just a slow start and it shouldn't have been that way. It shouldn't have happened. Hopefully things bounce back. Hopefully this kid gets better. Maybe, I don't know, with that mentor of Tim Tebow, I'm not sure. But, you're a Michigan guy, so you're number 21 Michigan are playing against the Nebraska, who are 3-0, the Cornhuskers. A couple of other games to look out for is number 4 Miami versus Florida. That's going to be, a good one because Florida's one of them sleeper teams.
Is that probably the college game of the week?
I would say so because, like I said, Florida is not a team to kind of, even though they're not ranked. Number 22 Auburn is going against Oklahoma. They're ranked 11. That'll be a good one as well. And another one for you to watch is the number 17 Texas Tech versus number 16 Utah. They're both 3-0. So a couple of games.
Texas Tech. That's a school I wanted to go to. In high school, that was my first pick. Like Texas Tech, I would love to go there, but
yeah,
didn't work out.
I think you mentioned, it might have been you that mentioned that you wanted to maybe go and check out a UTSA game. You know, yeah. I mean, I'd be down for that. If it's not this year, we can always, there's always next year. But
sure. I was just recently at the Alamo Dome for the weekend concert. Took my daughter. Oh my gosh, just the atmosphere of so many people in a building like that. I mean, I don't know if UTSA attracts that type of audience, but
right.
Being down there in that atmosphere was pretty awesome.
Yeah, shout out to my coworker Jillian. She was there at the weekend concert as well, but she was like way down there, and she sent a video of like the weekend right there, and I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. But yeah, you got to experience it. That's great. You're with your daughter, so that's awesome. Yeah. I bet you. Did you have the what was that movie? Oh man, it was just
the one that he was in.
Yes.
Hurry Up Tomorrow?
No, not that one. Is his name Josh? Is it Josh? The kid from the Faculty.
Josh Hartnett?
Yes, that movie. What was
Trapped.
That? Trapped. Yeah. Did you kind of get that kind of
well, it definitely felt out of place, and just, I mentioned this on Facebook. Everybody was all there dressed in black and all that, including my daughter, just like very, clubbish. And I'm there in a freaking wrestling t-shirt and jeans, so just totally out of place. But I'm okay with it. I'm at a stage in my life where I'm in total dad mode. I'm not embarrassed. I am who I am.
Well, we're what do they call them? What is it? Dad. Oh man, girl dads.
Yeah, dad.
We're girl dads. Yeah. And so, tell me, like, I'm pretty sure there was other dads there too, or was it more?
Yeah, I saw parents. There was even one like making sure their kids were in the right row. And I think the mom even asked me, is this section whatever? And I was like, yeah. Just, you could tell like there's that parent symmetry. We knew how to communicate with each other. So yeah, definitely there was other parents there, but I'm just saying overall is just me noticing things. I was like, man, I'm so out of place. Even though I'm up to date with his music. I do enjoy his music. So overall it was a great show, but yeah, man, concerts just aren't for me anymore. Like it was freaking loud. My ears were busted by the next day, and that's just what comes with age.
Is this father time catching up to Palace?
As far as live concert attendance, yeah. Even wrestling at some points, like, it gets to be too loud. And I'm like, hey, comes for all of us.
It is what it is. Yeah. But unlike me, I still play in the NFL. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about college. You want to add anything to that, or?
No, I am gonna try to catch more games. Although it's gonna be hard this Saturday because WWE's got their first premium live event on ESPN, WrestlePalooza. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit. Yeah,
let's go and dive into that. That's the Cena and Lesnar kickoff on ESPN, and this was something that's been since back in 1995 when they all started this, and this all came from the thoughts of what Lollapalooza or something like that. So they call it.
Well, yes and no. So yes, you are half right on that, but also it is an old event from the company called ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, which was a third brand back in the 90s, and the Monday Night War, WCW and all that. There was that third brand. So give us the whole, like, so this is the final one for John Cena, right? This is his farewell tour. So we're nearing the end. December, I believe 12th is going to be his final match. That's going to be on Peacock, Saturday night's main event. But we're still on the road. You're getting like these final little matches of him. So this one coming up with Brock Lesnar is big for a lot of reasons because it's Brock Lesnar, just one of the biggest beasts like that you can ever imagine in any sport. Dominated in UFC, he's a legit fighter. These guys have had battles throughout the years, dating back to when they debuted. They both debuted in WWE in the same year, 2002. They had battles in 2003, 2012, and 2014. So there hasn't really been much buildup to it, but they have the entire history, and that's really all you need from an ESPN standpoint when you make the video packages and all. So that's going to be freaking awesome.
And this can only be watched on ESPN, correct?
Correct. So just to help out a little bit of the viewers who are listening to this who don't know how it's going to work. So if you're not subscribed to anything, let's say you're not streaming any packages, you would have to buy the ESPN standalone app, which is $29.99, something to that effect.
Right.
But if you're a subscriber to like DirecTV streaming, Fubo, Hulu Live TV, any of those that are like a streaming cable package, ESPN is part of those packages. So you will have access immediately to that ESPN app, and you can watch it.
Well, I have YouTube
no
TV.
addition.
Would that be?
So that's the one that they're still waiting on. So I think eventually down the line, you're going to be able to add ESPN to that. But for right now, and again, this is the first one that they're doing. So originally this deal was supposed to start in 2026 with WrestleMania 42, but ESPN wanted to jump the gun like, hey, even that WrestlePalooza thing, that event didn't exist as of like 3 months ago. So it's something that they just brought up and like, hey, let's do it.
Damn. So that means I'm going to have to get like all right, well, yeah. Because I actually do. I mean, I did tell you I wanted to kind of get into that, and so that way we can talk about that more, because it's a sport. Yeah. So
it's pretty cool how they're getting more coverage now. Like on Sports Center, there's been interviews this whole week with different wrestlers, and ESPN's all in on this thing, so they're going to do like pregame shows and shows on the night before just to hype it up. Kind of like a road to the way they do NFL, just the way they hype up games and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see. Again, even though I was very down on, I thought ESPN was heading in the wrong direction, but it seems like they're turning it around.
Right.
I know they're losing UFC to Paramount, but getting WWE is also pretty big of a coup. And I'm just as a viewer myself, as a diehard, I'm very just excited for where WWE's headed as far as like a mainstream.
Right.
They're getting more talked about now. Like it used to be like, oh, wrestling, like you don't want to talk about that, but now they're everywhere, man. And it's awesome to see.
Yeah, that's good stuff, and good for people, maybe the new era, the new age,
And that's the thing, you want to grow your audience. Like I sometimes don't understand like the comic book people that want to gatekeep stuff. Like, oh, you didn't know about this? Like, dude, if you don't know about CM Punk, I'll teach you. Like, I'll show you the ways. I want to bring more people to watch the product. So,
right. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to touch on this one, or?
No, I'm just super excited. The return of AJ Lee. She was a female wrestler before female wrestling got big and got to expand, because I don't know if you remember, women's wrestling in WWE used to be like total nothing. They were just eye candy, and they would put them in like bra and panties matches. They weren't taken serious. Like, yes, the Gaga factor, but also like they weren't respected enough in that realm. But now women's wrestling like it is looked at just the same as the men. They have incredible matches and stuff like that. So she was at the tail end before wrestling expanded for the women's division, and she's been gone for 10 years. And she was like the anti like diva. So she's like a gamer. She's a nerd. So I'm really looking forward to her teaming with her husband CM Punk against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, which I believe is going to be the main event, because they announced that John Cena and Brock Lesnar's going to open that show, so they're not the main event. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's nice stuff.
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Hopefully, like I said, I'm gonna try.
YouTube TV will have it at some point, Abe. So you won't be able to escape it.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch it, but yeah, I have so much streaming stuff. But
gotcha.
All right, so good stuff on that, and we're gonna talk more wrestling. We're gonna get some people on here. We just found out that if you want to announce it, Robert.
Yeah, we figured out here on Abe's soundboard here. Us old heads are still trying to figure stuff out, but we figured out a way to hook it up to where we can have people call into the show and be a guest. So, we open up those phone lines, people. We'll give you all more details, but we're going to be able to have on guests. I know me and Abe are here in person, but that might not always be able to be the case for guests, but we can get them on phone. We called our old friend Brandon McLaughlin, who's been a guest on plenty of the shows that we've done in the past. So, we tested it with him, and sounds great. And that's just another avenue for us to get more voices on this show, more discussion, more discourse, which is what we need more of, Abe, in this world, is just conversations and being able to disagree with each other and then just moving on. Like, it's not the end of the world if you don't agree.
Make it fun. Yeah. I mean, you and I we don't agree on a lot of,
absolutely. We disagree on a lot of stuff.
And that's what makes it interesting, because it's, if you have two of the same, it's kind of boring. So,
or it's just boring if, I don't like that you don't agree with me, or I don't like your stance on something. That's it. That's boring to me.
Or we one of us gets butthurt and we just
Right.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I prefer like let's say you hated wrestling. I would just be like, well, let's explore that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why.
Right.
You know, let me
Right.
see if I can get some substance out of it, as opposed to just like, it's whatever. And I don't want to talk about it.
It's like this guy sucks. He doesn't want to freaking watch wrestling. So yeah, no, I get it. And you know, we've butt our heads a few times, but I mean, hey, you know that's part of being bros, man. Like you know, you're one of my best buds. So
Yeah, same. But also, like, I just want to talk about, like, just real quickly. I've been in our chats very negative about the NBA, but I'm being more open. You know, I'm gonna watch the product again, get a different perspective, just have those conversations.
For our audience out there, Palace, he's my boy. He's been my boy for years. We started, you know, way back, you know, at his old apartment, and he speaks his mind, folks. Like, he tells you how it is. If you don't like it, I mean, you don't like it, but you know, it's kind of cutthroat type, but you know, at the same time, it's fun. Like, I've had a blast doing these pods with him. So it's a great, don't get the wrong impression. He's a great guy. He just, you know, he has everybody's entitled to their, own opinion. So some people can take it, some people can't. So. Yeah. Anyway, buddy, good stuff.
How do we get off the rails? We were talking we were talking about WWE. Hey, so what do you want to talk about next?
This is let's go to MLB. Let's go baseball.
Okay.
Real quick, I'm going to tell you just a couple of teams like from each division, and then we can talk about Clayton. So in the AL East, you've got Toronto at 89-64. It looks like they're going to come away with that AL East because they're number one. The Yankees are right behind them. I don't know if you're a Yankee fan. I can't stand them. Okay. In the AL Central, Detroit's 85-68. Looks like they might come away with that pennant. And then Cleveland's right behind them for a playoff at 81-71.
What are they called now? The Cleveland what? Guardians?
Cleveland Guardians. Yeah.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know that. I wasn't sure.
The NL East, the Phillies clinched. They're at 91-62. The New York Mets are right behind them. And the AL Central, we talked about this. Milwaukee is right there at 93-59. Looks like they're going to clinch it. And then the Cubs are at 88-64.
I will be cheering for the Cubs. As a fellow fan of CM Punk, I will just ride the wave that he's on. He's a fellow Chicagoan, but I won't cheer for the Bears. But for baseball, I'll go for the Cubs.
Yeah, why not, eh? In the NL West, the LA Dodgers are 85-67, and the Padres are at 83-67.
Now, the Dodgers are the defending champions.
Right, okay. Yes. So, speaking of the Dodgers, today broke news of Clayton Kershaw, who has been in the league for 18 seasons, all with the Dodgers. What's your take on that?
I did see him in a couple of World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal pitcher.
Yeah.
What a career, right? I mean, get to play 18 seasons with the same team. It's great. Yeah. I mean, I love those stories. And I know, like, in today's world, the kids all like players changing teams. Yep. I'm still an old school guy. Like, I wish Tom Brady would have finished out completely with the Pats. Yeah. I mean, it worked out for me because he ended up going to the Bucs, so I wasn't mad about it. But I would say I'd be a little disappointed if, like, let's say he ended it with, you know, the Chargers or something. Like, yeah, I would cheer for him. But it would be like, a little part of me would be like, oh man, I just wish would have started and ended in New England. But this is awesome for Kershaw. Now this makes his playoff appearance even more important.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I know the Dodgers now are all about Ohtani now.
Yeah,
but,
Ohtani.
Kershaw's still a big part of their current success. So I'm looking forward to watching those playoff games, especially once we get into that, which should be like in the next couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, the hunt for October is coming up. So yeah, interesting stuff. I started watching a little bit of it, you know, because now it's getting towards the end,
right?
And so it is what it is on that. But yeah, that's a current update on the MLB standings.
Cool.
We don't have much to talk on this one, folks. But before we get to our main thing, the NFL, I just want to point that last week in fantasy.
Oh, here we go.
I took Palace. It was a rematch.
It was a 2-touchdown victory.
It was a rematch. It's always in the regular season, and I tell Robert, damn, I guess you got this. Like, but then I look at the score and I said, oh, like, you know, hey, you know, it happens, folks. So 1-0 against Robert this year. That makes it now 3-11 all time.
But we're both 1-1 in the season. So he was in desperate need of this victory. I made a mistake on my part, and I was distracted last week having to do some last minute stuff for my daughter. So I forgot to put Kraft from the Packers into my lineup, and had I had him in the lineup, I would have for sure beaten Abe. So he can get this technical win, but we all know I had the better roster, but it's okay. Come playoff time, there's going to be no excuses.
This week,
but congratulations, buddy, on the victory.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. This week, you're facing our buddy in Dallas, Marcos Salinas.
Ah, yes.
Right now, you're up 19-0 with Cook with 15. Your Bills defense at
We
4.
are currently recording this as the Thursday night football game is going. What is the score?
It is 21-14 Bills. And
I thought this was going to be a runaway, but
I thought so too.
But here's where I get in my own head, and I should just stick with it. It's a divisional game. Of course, this was going to be close, right?
Yeah.
Gosh,
I mean, this is
Dolphins are desperate. Buffalo maybe riding a little too high.
Yeah,
I still think Buffalo's going to end up winning this thing, but
I think so. It's you got 5:40 left in the third. The Dolphins are about to punt it away to Buffalo. So yeah, you need. So enough about fantasy, folks. That was our take on it.
actually, you know what? There is some implications on fantasy. I don't know if any of you have Joe Burrow or Jaden Daniels or JJ McCarthy or freaking Brock Purdy. All of these quarterbacks that are injured. What are your thoughts on that? Sorry, I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to cover.
No.
Before we get to NFL.
I'm good. Yeah, but Joe Burrow, maybe that offensive line, like they just.
I was going to blame the organization, but then I remembered somebody brought this up. Joe Burrow asked to make sure Trey Hendrickson got taken care of, Jamar Chase, all those people.
Yeah.
You kind of put it on yourself. If you would have restructured, maybe get some help on that O-line, you wouldn't be in the predicament you're in. I'm starting to think he's heading down the path of Andrew Luck, and we all know what happened with him. He ended up retiring because he didn't want to get beat up anymore, and I didn't blame him. I feel bad for Joe, but also some of it's on you, man. Yeah,
and so with that being said, real quick, Robert, so do you think that they're going to trade Hendrickson because they signed him? But
it's a 1-year deal, right?
Yeah, it's a 1 year. So do you think they're going to just maybe start going and getting some picks to kind of build that offense?
If let's say we get halfway through the season and it's lost, because we don't know what's going to happen with Browning. They got the victory on Sunday either way, but I don't think it's sustainable. But if they're not able to be in contention, trade him away, get some picks,
right?
Get some, maybe trade for some linemen to help out that O-line. If Joe Burrow comes back, let's say even if they are in contention, maybe think about trading him away, because the defense looks like it's turned a little bit of a corner, but there's still a liability.
Do you think at the point where, because he's out for what,
3 months?
3 months? Mm-hmm. Oh gosh! So at that point, do you think if they're at some kind of point where they just shut him the rest of the year?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right.
Why even risk it with that O-line? Forget it.
The other one you mentioned, you said
Jaden
Daniels. Yeah, his knee.
Yeah.
So he's questionable, man, and they've got a good team.
But also, he didn't look too good against the Packers, so
they
figured him out. And again, everyone wanted to pre-crown him, and they just think that he was just going to be this all-time great already, and he may very well still be. But we got to stop with this pre-crowning stuff.
Was it him, or was the Packers defense with Micah just that good?
Well, that also, but you figured with the way they were propping up Jaden to be this kind of next Mahomes / Lamar type player that's just going to overcome. I'm thinking that the whole time that McLaurin was holding out, he could have they lost all that time to get the chemistry going, because it looks like they're having a little hard time of getting in rhythm. And so, that kind of sucks too. There was somebody else. You mentioned a couple of other people. Brock Purdy. I think he's on his way back, but Mac Jones didn't play too bad. So that's a Shanahan thing.
But, man, Brock Purdy though, but the whole 49ers team, it's just always something.
But we should have kind of looked ahead at this, especially guys like Purdy and Hendrickson and TJ Watt. They all got paid, and all of a sudden there's this underwhelming, what's going on with the Steelers defense?
You haven't heard anything of him. I haven't heard anything of TJ Watt.
You're the well, now it's Micah, but dude, you were the highest paid non QB player. Where are you?
Well, we'll see how that goes.
I do have a breaking news for NFL. It's an alert that just came in. We can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
The NFL has instructed the officials to ref the tush push harder or tighter.
Yes,
and how are they going to do that with it's already a hard play to ref with, you don't know who's crossing the line because everyone's so bunched in, right? Like, how do you referee that tighter? I don't understand.
You either should have just said like exit, like exit out or take it off, or they all agreed to leave it, right? So how the hell?
Yeah, because even during the Chiefs game, I think they showed one angle and it did look like the Eagles were like crossing the line first. So I've been one to tell Jake, like, hey, because Jake's been like, oh, they need to ban it. I'm like, well, if you can't stop it, that's not on them. Like, it's not illegal or whatever. But then you see it on the other end, like, okay, maybe Philly's pushing it a little bit. So
yeah,
at some point, it is going to become a hot topic where what are the league officials, what are they going to do at the top? Are they going to ban it? Are they going to put a limit on it or whatever?
To where you can do like maybe like a couple of them, maybe like 1.5 or something like that. Or
they were even discussing this on the Bill Simmons podcast, off topic, but it's in terms of like the new kickoff rule because of like how if you kick it into the end zone, like it automatically goes to the 35.
Oh, yeah.
And with the way the kickers now can kick field goals like nothing, like you get to the 35, the Cowboys already with their kicker already like in field goal position.
Well, I was hearing on one of the games from one of the broadcasters that the actual football is lighter, right, than the football that they use.
The one that they're kicking with?
Yeah, I think it's like a different. I think that's what I heard. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Yeah, like it's a little lighter, so it's able. That's why like some of these kickers are doing like from 60, 65. You know,
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Yeah, not just Brandon from Dallas, but there's a couple of other kickers that can do it. It's no big deal. So I don't know.
Well, first of all, I don't like the rule. Just offense already has an advantage already, and like to get. I mean, I like that we're seeing more kickoff returns, but also like, yeah, you get it into the end zone, and
then it's at the
35. And
yeah,
and if you don't kick it into position, it's the 40. Like Jesus,
so
can
like
you give the defense any leeway here? Like it's incredible.
You're already giving them some good field position.
And I'm still waiting to see in any of these games the virtual measurement of the first down.
Right.
I have yet to see.
I haven't seen that.
I think the refs are scared to use it. That's why you're seeing like if some of them are kind of short, they give it to them anyway.
Right.
I don't think they want to use it. So
yeah,
I think it's going to become crucial at some point. So they're going to have to use it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it at all. But all right. Well, let's go into we'll go into our 3 games that we have for the week.
Yes.
Robert, we can go ahead and start with you.
Right.
Your first game is going to be the Rams versus the Eagles.
Yes, potential playoff matchup here. It's a rematch of a playoff game from last year. The Rams almost had the Eagles on the ropes.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a defensive struggle on both sides. I think both defenses are pretty scrappy. I would say the Rams have got a younger defense in terms of, but I think both offenses are going to struggle. It's in Philly, so I'm going to give the advantage to the champions. They are 2-0, so until they get knocked off, there's no reason to bet against them. And I think it's going to come down to a tush push that's going to settle like time of possession and stuff like that. So, you don't want to give Matthew Stafford time because he's still one of the elite throwers in this game. So I'm going to go with the Eagles here.
And it looks like he's already starting to kind of mesh good with Devontae. So I'm going to go with the Eagles on this one. I think it'll be a defense, and then towards the end, the Rams defense will probably get tired out, and I think it'll be maybe A.J. Brown or Saquon something play that'll get this. So I'm going to go Eagles on this one.
Excellent.
So your next game you've got.
Let's go. Your game. We'll bounce off.
All right. So one of mine that I have is the Raiders versus the Commanders.
Interesting. Oh my God, Geno Smith.
Man, hey, what
the hell happened?
What happened? Yeah, I saw maybe half of that.
It was boring, but also like, gosh, from the moment that game started, first play.
Yes,
pick.
It was a pick.
And I'm so mad at myself because I was so high on the Raiders.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with Brady. It was just, I like the moxie that they played against the Patriots and Geno throwing for 300 yards and all this. And I was expecting that same momentum to continue. And maybe we're not giving enough credit to the Chargers defense who were just flying all over the place.
They did lose Khalil Mack.
Oh man. Did you see that dislocated elbow? That was rough. That's a huge blow to their defense, but I think he's only going to miss a couple of weeks.
Yes.
So, it's good that it happens now as opposed to like November, December when you really need him. But yeah, Geno looked terrible. They're playing the Commanders.
Commanders.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
I think it could only go up here for Geno. I think that's about as bad as it could get.
Yeah.
But he cannot have a game like that again. I think the backup. I'm not sure who the backup is in Washington. I don't know.
No, that's gonna
because Max Crosby can disrupt an entire game. So if Jaden Daniels doesn't play, I think I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders, just because I think they're gonna. Pete Carroll's going to get them in line. Really, Washington lives or dies off of the momentum of Jaden Daniels, and if you don't have that leader on your field,
Marcus Mariota is the backup.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders. Who do you got, or why'd you pick this game?
Because I like the Raiders. With Ashton Genty, with
But
Max
he was
Crosby.
disappointing also
Yeah,
as well.
he didn't do anything, and then Brock Bowers wasn't even a factor.
Well, he was also he was on the verge of like if he was going to play or not. So I probably wouldn't factor him in.
If Jaden Daniels plays, I'm going to go Commanders. I'm going to go Commanders either way. I mean, I want to go the Raiders side, but the Commanders defense is a little. I mean, I know Max Crosby is on the Raiders, but I gotta go Commanders because we just don't know if Jaden Daniels will play, and if he does,
Von
play,
Miller's going to be the Von Miller of old.
Oh man, hey.
All right.
Maybe. So I'm going to go with that. So let's go to your next game. This was one of the ones I was looking at, and then I saw that you picked it, and I said, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, Broncos versus the Chargers. Good game. This is
Good divisional game. Both defense, again,
Yes.
I know I just mentioned the Chargers took a hit with Khalil Mack being
Right.
out, but I think it's still going to be a good defensive game. This comes down to who has the better quarterback. Both coaches are elite.
Yes.
I got to go with Herbert over Bo Nix. And the Chargers are rolling right now. I think they are the clear-cut favorites in the AFC West right now.
Yep.
I know it's only been 2 weeks, but if you're looking at body of work, Chargers just look impressive. Even without Khalil Mack, I got the Chargers winning.
Definitely. The Broncos, I like the Broncos. Patrick Surtain, he's a shutdown corner, but the Chargers are just playing on a high right now, and I gotta stick with them. And like as you said, the better quarterback. And in this one,
Right.
Herbert's been playing great.
There will be Denver fans because it's in LA.
Yes.
And that's usually the case how it goes for those LA teams. You'll have more of the visiting team have more fans in attendance, but should be a fun game. Can't wait to watch.
Great game. Yeah, I got the Chargers on this one. This
right.
will be a good one.
What's your next game?
My next game is going to be the Steelers versus the Pats. And I say this and I picked this because of the Pats, Drake May, the guy went for like 39 points on fantasy. Like he was just throwing it. He was balling out. Stephon Diggs. I know Christian Gonzalez was out on this game. He might play.
I think he's on track to play, which is great for our defense. We need that leader back out there. He's the standout.
So with the Steelers, I really thought the Seahawks took care of them.
I knew the Seahawks defense was going to emerge at some point, but I did not think that Rodgers was going to get rattled. It looked pretty bad in that second half.
Yeah.
I know one of the interceptions was off a tip, but that defense was just smothering, and Darnold did what he had to do to win. So, I'm going to put this more on the Steelers defense. Like that's your bread and butter, Tomlin. Like, how have you not gotten that together? Like, what's going on? Like, Rodgers can only do so much for you, and he was getting it done in the first half, and then the defense just lost control.
Right? Yeah. I'm actually going to go with the Pats. They're playing in New England. I like Vrabel. Like I said, Drake May is just, I like him. I like that kid. Of course, I can't say it's going to be a defense because Pat's defense is okay. It's not bad, but it's okay. But like the younger quarterback versus Rodgers, so I'm going to go with the Pats on this one.
Couple of stats for you. I believe the Steelers are 3-10 against the Patriots in the last 13 matchups, but Mike Tomlin is 3-0 against Mike Vrabel, so that's something to look at. But I'm not going to go against my team here just based on what I've seen from the Steelers. If the Steelers defense was holding up, I would say
it'd be different.
But I think Drake May is going to he's getting settled into this offense, and I think they're going to be able to carve up the Steelers. So Drake May.
I like it. All right, so your last game, this is a good one. I was also looking at this one. This is a Monday night game. This is going to be the Lions versus the Ravens.
Yes. So the Lions had a big bounce back game. I want to talk about this in context, though, because putting up a 50 burger is nothing to scoff at, but we have to keep it in context. It was against the Chicago Bears, who I'm convinced they're just not going to be good this season. They don't have the guy, and I think at some point it's going to come to a decision from Ben Johnson on whether to bench this kid or write it out. But, I think he's going to make that hard choice and bench this kid if he can't figure it out. But so the Lions, as it pertains to the Ravens, I think they're going to be on a come down. It's a road game. Jared Goff on the outside, prime time.
Right.
I know the Ravens back end is a little, they're a little suspect, but Lamar at home, they're going to put up a better fight than they did against the Browns. They were sluggish and then they pulled out the victory.
Yeah.
I expect them to be in better form here, and we'll start to see the Lions come down to where I think they're going to be this season, and they're not going to be able to get it done against Lamar. So I got Baltimore.
Oh, you're going Baltimore?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not getting too excited over what the Lions did last week.
Yeah, I think they did that to show out Ben Johnson that they can still score. Maybe
Well, not that, but I just think the Bears aren't that good because, and I didn't put it on the docket, but watch the Bears bounce back against the Cowboys.
Well,
is that your third game? Or no?
No.
Oh, okay. But watch the Bears bounce back against the Cowboys and have like another one of those instant classics like they had with the Giants Cowboys. Get the fuck way out of here with that.
You'll get my
that
take.
was not a good game.
Yeah, you'll get my take on that freaking game. Anyway, I'm going to go with the Lions.
Why? And don't name me players. I want to know why.
What's his name? Campbell.
Okay.
Dan Campbell. I like that coach a lot. I like him a lot because he brings it. Like he brings heart. I think the team is disciplined, Robert. I think they kind of.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, they had that first game. I mean, it was kind of okay,
Okay, they got squashed by Green Bay.
Yeah, they got squashed. It was Green Bay. It was the first game,
right? But you're saying
they bounced back.
Yeah, but you're saying they looked okay. They got squashed.
That's okay though, Robert. It happens. It's the NFL. It's the NFL.
But you're saying it's because of Dan Campbell.
But Dan Campbell, I think he's a great coach. I think he's better than the Harbaugh guy in Baltimore.
You think he's better than John Harbaugh?
Yes.
Based on
Campbell,
what?
Come on,
because
Robert.
he rah-rahs better?
No, you see, and that's the thing because you were on that train.
Because he has biceps?
Because no, it's not because get the fuck out of here, the fucking biceps. This guy, look. I like the Lions.
Give me brains over biceps.
They're all around team. They have Baltimore. Who do you got? Lamar and Derrick Henry. Okay, you can stop that, right? What's wrong with the Lions defense?
Mark Andrews. You got
Mark.
Flowers.
What has Mark Andrews done? Tell me. What has he done? What has he done?
Catches balls when he needs to, except in that playoff game.
He's been. Well, we're not talking about last year. We're talking about this year.
I'm sure he's made some catches.
He has.
Yeah.
How many?
I don't know, but I'm sure
he
he's
hasn't
made
done
catches.
shit because I got him on the bench and he got like 1 point. 1 point.
He'll show up in this game
again
because that defense
so
is not
this
that
game.
Good. Yeah.
So this defense is not that good. So Aiden Hutchinson is not him.
Oh, Aiden Hutchinson is an outlier, but that's not the whole defense.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Robert.
But you said because of Dan Campbell.
I think because of Dan Campbell. Yeah, he's a great coach. I think he's not. No.
I wouldn't say great.
You pick Baltimore because Lamar because
they're always good in the regular season. I've never denied that. That's like me saying Peyton Manning. Is never not good. But Peyton Manning was great in the regular season.
Don't say that because you hate the Mannings. Don't say that.
Right, but I can still admit that Peyton Manning was great in the regular season.
Let me take that back. I'm sorry. Hate's an ugly word. You dislike the Mannings.
I just don't care for them.
Just like you don't care for Phillip Rivers. But anyway.
Phillip Rivers was fine, but you were trying to make the case that he was still like some elite quarterback when he was completely over the hill. That's okay to admit that.
Nah, but that was years ago.
Right, but you were getting mad at me for that.
Yeah, because he was still good at that point.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't at the level he was in 2007. What are we talking about?
All right, here we go, Robert. Anyway, the Lions are going to win, and I'm gonna shove it.
You can definitely make me eat my words. If
I'm going to make you eat crow. I'm going to make you eat crow because you just named two players, and then you said Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers.
Sorry, Baltimore is a hard place to play.
Yes, I understand that, but if you shut down the running back, which is Henry, which he didn't really have
the other running back, which is Lamar.
Okay, so then and what does the Lions have? Lions have offense. They have two running backs,
but
they have the tight end. They have the receivers. They have the quarterback. You don't
right, but I think with that home field, the crowd being ramped up, Jared Goff's going to get rattled. He'll throw a couple picks. Just watch. Just watch. And then if that happens, Abe, then what? You'll hide. I won't.
Nah, I'm not gonna hide. I'll eat it.
You'll own it?
I'll own it.
Okay.
I'll own it
All
on the
right.
pod. I'll be like, hey, you know what, Robert? You're right. Shit, Harbaugh was a better quarterback.
Okay.
I'll admit it. Hey, I said it.
Coach.
Yeah. Oh, the better coach. Anyway,
Damn
I'm going.
Campbell.
He's
fine.
Yeah,
fine.
but later on, like, watch the Lions go on this streak, and you'll be like, "Oh, Dan Campbell," and
No,
yeah.
I will be surprised because I already said that the Lions were going to come down from last season.
Why? Because they lost Ben Johnson. Because they lost Aaron Glenn.
That coordinators matter. Do we not?
I get that.
Have we not seen New England be more competent with Josh McDaniels?
I get that, but at the same time, the head coach, right? That's why there's the head coach there.
But he's not a schematics guy. He's a rah-rah guy.
Okay, but that doesn't. What rah-rah sometimes works.
To an extent.
Oh,
You got to have plans. You got to have schemes.
yeah. All right. Anyway, moving off that game.
Got you.
Nah,
Okay.
you never get me. My game is going to be the Colts, 2-0 Colts versus the Titans, 0-2. And
Are the Colts going to be the surprise team this year? None of us called the surprise team this year.
yeah,
but
we didn't. But look, can we
you
do
think
that
they're-
now? Can we do it now?
Do you think they're going to be?
I think so. I saw Ursay's daughter was there, and she was, good for her and all that. But
There's
Daniel,
something more behind the scenes, or what is it? There's like a spiritual thing that they're writing. This happened with the Patriots back when Kraft's wife passed and like guided them all the way to the Super Bowl. They
Right.
didn't win it, but there's forces sometimes.
the resurgence of Daniel Jones. I mean,
The thing I underestimated was Shane Steichen. He not resurrected, but he put Jalen Hurts on an elevated level. He did it to another, I forgot what other quarterback. But he's usually the quarterback whisperer. So maybe I undersold that. Still not going to call him Daniel. You know what? He's still Daniel Jones to me. But hey, man, 2-0. I can't hate on it. And I have every reason to hate the Colts for bias reasons because of the Patriots. But hey, man, who are they playing?
they're playing the Titans, who are 0-2. But and it's nothing against them. Cam Ward, he looked.
Yeah, but the Titans are rebuilding, and
Yeah.
this kid's gonna have growing pains the whole year. He had a great touchdown pass, but it was one of those like you don't throw across your body to the other side of the field.
Right.
Yeah, you got away with one, and it was a cool highlight, but I'm sure that's a throw that the coaches are like, don't ever do that.
Yeah,
again.
don't
Like,
do that again.
So,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm not saying he's cocky, but maybe he'll get arrogant. Think, I can do it again, and then boom, you'll get picked off. But nah, I'll say the Colts win this one, even though it's a divisional game.
Yes.
Remember, divisional game might be
Yes.
closer than what you think.
Right.
Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Colts. I like them. I like what's going on with them. Jonathan Taylor. The defense. They're DeForest Buckner. He's a little older, but
If you want to call them out as a surprise team, you should really look up real quick what their next like 5 games are to see like if they go on some type of streak. Because if they're able to beat some of the top teams, then they may have something going here. But I'm not going to call them the surprise team just yet. I think that may be surprisingly, it may be Tampa's going under the radar, man. They're not getting respect.
Robert,
They're not getting respect.
but you can't do that.
Why wouldn't they be a surprise team?
Because they're a good team. They're a really good team.
Well, how
Like,
come nobody talks about them?
They're automatic.
But how come nobody talks about them?
Shit, man. I mean, we talk about
Well,
them.
yeah, that's me though, because I'm on the head of that train. But tell me anywhere where ESPN or whoever gives time to talk about the Buccaneers.
But I still wouldn't put them as a surprise team because I think they're good. I think they're really good.
But that would say like Dallas a surprise team, but Jake always thinks
Oh,
they're good.
I'm not putting those fuckers at a surprise team for a while.
Would they be a surprise though if they go on some type of winning streak? Because we all thought that they're going to be nothing. Well, at least I did.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have a hard schedule, so I mean, if they pull off wins on some of those games, then maybe. But anyway,
Were you able to pull up the Colts schedule?
So it's Titans,
Okay.
it's Rams,
Oof,
Raiders,
that'll be scrappy.
Cardinals,
Win for
Chargers,
them. Chargers.
and then Titans again.
Okay, they got a little bit of a rough patch coming up. So if they can squeeze 3 out of the 4, they're in good shape. But Rams is a loss, Chargers is a loss. I think the only one I'll really give them is the Cardinals
I'll give them the Cardinals
and
the
maybe
Raiders?
the Titans again. Raiders is going to be a tough, scrappy one.
They're going to play the Steelers after that.
We'll see. Well, everything hinges on what happens this weekend with New England.
After that, I mean, the only really hard one would be the Chiefs.
For the Colts?
And the Seahawks.
Well, I don't want to get too far in, but those are the next 5 games.
But yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts.
They'll be your surprise team?
Yeah, why not? Surprise team. Who's going to be yours, Robert? Cowboys?
No. Never. Who's undefeated right now? Eagles not a surprise. Rams not a surprise.
No.
Bucks apparently not a surprise, even though nobody.
I mean, if you want to
them.
put them on there, then I mean, this is you picking your surprise team. I mean, why not?
Yeah, man. Although I am very, very worried about their offensive line. They are
Christian Wirth is hurt.
Well, but they lost another guard.
Yeah, they did. They lost that guy. Yes, I can't remember.
And even during the Texans game, it was already a makeshift line. But what was really awesome about that was that Houston defense is not a joke, and they were still able to run the ball and throw the ball. So that just goes to show how much offense this has, and nobody's giving them any respect. Colin Cowherd's lead story on Tuesday was, Baker Mayfield finally found a team where he's matured. Dude, that was the story like 2 years ago when he got there. Like, why are you still running that narrative?
Yeah.
Why don't you just talk about how good this team is? But he refuses to do that because he never liked Baker in the first place. So he's waiting for something bad to happen so he can be like, I told you I was right about Baker Mayfield. And me and my dad talk about that constantly. But they're my surprise this year.
Yeah, you're gonna put the Bucks.
More people should be paying attention to this team because they have a good defense. They start off slow, but then they get you in the end. They start making those big plays.
Yep.
They have a 2-headed monster at running. You don't need that deep in the playoffs. And then you have playmakers where Baker's not afraid to sling it or run it himself. He's a dual threat. Like this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Of course, health plays a giant factor in getting to the Super Bowl. So right now, that's the only thing stopping them is injuries. But other than that, they are a solid team that can make a run all the way. And I get laughed at on Facebook by a lot of people, but y'all don't fucking watch them. And I know you don't. So don't act like that I don't know what I'm talking about. Me and Tom Brady had the same power rankings this week. We know what we're talking about. We won 7 Super Bowls together. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to football. Stop it, all of you. There's my rant.
There's Palace take right there. Okay, all right, not bad. So do you have any? Okay, so with that being said, though, those were our 3 games.
Yeah.
So now we can go ahead and head into the rest of the NFL slated games.
Man, I got all fired up for no reason.
You did. All right, so we're heading into week 3 of the NFL. Right now, the game is still going on with the Bills and the Dolphins. Right now, just to give you a little update, the Dolphins defensive player ran into the kicker of the Bills. So now the Bills got the ball back, 1st and 10.
What's the score?
21 up right now, heading into 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and the Bills got the ball at the 30. So
see, Jake had to run his mouth. He said this game was a total nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I said the Bills were going to run away with it, but it's going to end up being a competitive, close one.
So it looks like we're both taking the Bills on this one, right? On this game.
Yeah, I think they'll pull it out.
All right. So that's Thursday night game. Sunday, we got the first game. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the noon game, CBS, the Bengals versus the Vikings.
Interesting because you don't have either starting quarterback.
Yeah.
But freaking Vikings, Carson Wentz.
And
I don't believe in Wentz.
Maybe the Bengals could have been your surprise team. They're 2-0. But with Jake Browning and all that, I don't know. And
I think the Bengals will win just because I don't think Carson Wentz has anything
Carson Wentz, that's right. I saw that he was because I was on fantasy.
I'm on Bengals on this one, even though Brian Flores has got a really good defense. Because you got to take into effect also the Vikings also lost Aaron Jones.
Yes, he's out. Jake Browning has T. Higgins and he has Jamar Chase.
And Chase Brown.
Chase Brown is a running back. He's decent. I'm going to go Bengals as well.
Okay.
Let's go to the next game at noon. We already talked about that one. Sorry. We talked about that one. The Jaguars versus the Texans.
Let me go first. I hate Liam. Oh, give me more of Liam Cohen arguing with Trevor Lawrence. You see that?
Yes.
Where Liam Cohen was pounding his chest and Trevor Lawrence just kind of waves him off. I love it. Give me that turmoil. Fuck the Jaguars. Fuck Liam Cohen. Texans are desperate. 0-2. They got to get this win. Give me Texans, CJ Stroud.
I'm going to go Texans. I don't have much to say on this one. I haven't heard a lot about that Travis Hunter kid. I don't know if they've used him as a duel, like as a corner or.
when I was watching that game, I think he was more on.
He was more on defense.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, another new game is the Falcons versus the Panthers. I'm gonna go Falcons on this one.
Panthers are in line for maybe first in the draft.
Bryce Young, I mean, have you seen any like?
I actually haven't watched any Carolina this season, and for good reason. They're not really jumping out to me. I may watch just to see. This is an NFC South divisional game, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. So it'll probably be on one of my screens on the multi-view on Sunday, but we'll see.
Just to give you an update real quick, Khalil Shakur just scored. It's 28-21.
Bills
in the fourth. Let's go here. The next one. The Jets versus the Buccaneers. And I was going to put this as one of my games to talk about, but no.
No, Justin Fields. That was the other quarterback we didn't talk
there
about.
You go. Justin Fields concussion.
I'm worried about the offensive line, but if they were able to run and throw against the Texans defense, which I think is way better,
right.
I think the Bucks take the victory here. But watch out for Baker; they got to protect him, man.
Yeah, I know Tyrod Taylor is going to be the starting quarterback for this one, but I haven't seen him play in a long time. But I'm going to go Bucks huge, and they're. I'm
not going to say huge, but they'll win.
I'm going to go huge because Bucky Irving,
right.
Mike Evans, Egbuka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going Bucks.
Okay.
Let's see here. Another new game. Browns versus the Packers.
Let's see how Jordan Love does against this defense, because the Browns defense held Baltimore a little bit at the beginning, and then who did they play in that first game where it was the Bengals. So
yeah,
they held Joe Burrow up, and I think Joe Burrow has a better offense. So I think this will be a good test for Jordan Love. If that offense, because I'm not worried about their defense, they'll beat the shit out of Flacco. But if it's tight, if it's like a 10-3 through the fourth,
jeez,
let's see.
Yeah,
but I'm picking the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to go Packers on here. At any point, do you think we see Shador?
Maybe later on in the season, not right now.
All right, fair enough. Let's go into the 3:00 games. This one right here is going to be the Dallas Cowboys going to Chicago Bears.
Watch this be a close one, folks. It's going to be one of those nail biters. Caleb will have a good game, but Cowboys will win. That's the story of the Cowboys.
This is the game where everybody's going to be like, oh, Caleb, this is the Caleb of USC. And this is the Heisman and this and that. And it's always against the Cowboys where they shine.
Watch them scramble, make some big plays.
Watch them do like some Pat Mahomes type stuff. And it goes their way.
Ben Johnson clenching his fist. Yeah.
Yeah. And gosh, anyway, I'm going Bears.
Really?
Yeah.
I still think the Cowboys are going to win, but just watch it be close and competitive, and be like last week with the Giants. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, the Cowboys look good." And I was like, "Dude, it's Russell Wilson. Like Russell Wilson is not good anymore."
But like I said in our group chat, vintage Wilson, of course, against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh my gosh.
So Caleb will look like the number 1 draft pick on Sunday.
Yeah, he is. He's going to look
America's
like
game of the week. Jesus. Shows you how weak this week 3 lineup is.
The next 3:00 game is the Saints versus the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'm going to go Seahawks too because they're playing at home as well.
That defense is good, man. They're almost reaching on elite status with the way they were playing last week.
Yeah, we covered a couple of other ones. The night game, the Sunday night game. Actually, I'm sorry, I missed one game. The Cardinals versus the 49ers. Both of them are 2-0.
I liked what Mac Jones was doing with that offense.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the 49ers here.
49ers?
I have no reason to. I think Kyler, Arizona, they're hit and miss.
He had like a good game one in the week 1, and then this one
he's always up and down. That's the story of his life.
Hot and cold, like dude, you're killing me, bro.
Can't trust him.
Yeah, I benched him. I'm gonna go with the Niners. I like Mac Jones. Let's go ahead and go with the Sunday night game, the battle of the 0-2s. It's the New York Giants versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know why they picked this game to be on Sunday
night, right?
Even from like a preseason standpoint, or whenever they made the schedule, like what at NBC or NFL were like, yeah, let's put this one. Like of all the match, you would have thought like Eagles, Rams, or Chargers, Broncos would have been like the Sunday night game. But as it pertains to the Chiefs and the Giants, Russell Wilson's going to go back to being what he was, pumpkin. the Chiefs will get their first victory. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to lose 4 in a row, and I'm including the Super Bowl in that, so that's why they're on a 3-game losing streak right now.
Yeah.
So, Chiefs will win here.
They probably should have put that Broncos and Chargers Sunday night.
Yeah, or Eagles Rams.
Yeah.
Either.
I'm gonna go with the.
Pick the Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that Malik Neighbors. I mean,
so you think Russell Wilson's going to play lights out again?
I don't think he's going to play lights out, but
so what do you think? It's going to be a close game?
I think it's going to be kind of like, like it comes down to a play, and Russell's got an arm.
He had an arm.
Well, yeah, and he had one last week.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to turn back into he was Cinderella last week. The ball's over.
I'm going to go with a gamble here. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go. I like the Giants defense, and Brian Dable. I think he's going to get his first win against the Chiefs, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs are going to go, like you said, I think they're going to go 1-4. I know you said they won't. I think so.
I think you're just more down on the Chiefs than I am. I'm at least giving them some respect.
Come next week with a Swift shirt on. I dare you. Come on. Anyway, let's go to the Monday night game. It's going to be we already discussed. Yeah. So, all right. Well, those are all the games, folks. Last thing we do that we didn't get to talk about, and we can just end it on this. The trailer for Anacondas came out, or Anaconda. Sorry. Oh yeah, Anaconda.
Starring Jack Black, Paul Rudd, coming out Christmas Day. Originally, when this was announced, I was like, "Oh, they're going to remake this again. Are they going to play it straight?"
Right.
Because the first movie does play it straight. I don't know if you remember 1997, John Voight, Jennifer Lopez. I don't know if you remember that. The famous scene of like John Voight getting like swallowed, or he gets thrown up and he like winks at Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
So the movie was a joke in itself, even though it played it straight. So I'm like, what are they going to do with this? What is this movie actually going to be? So the premise from the trailer is that they're trying to gather up money to remake the movie. Mm-hmm. And then when they lose money out on their budget, or they kill their snake prop or whatever,
right?
They end up going to search, and they end up crossing paths with a real anaconda. Mm-hmm. And hijinks ensue. It looks super comedic. Yeah. I'm in. If it's a comedy, straight up comedy, I'm in.
Yeah, and when I heard that they were making this movie, I was like, oh man, they're gonna they picked Jack Black and Paul Rudd to be like in an actual like action packed movie. Like it's action, it's real. Like no, I saw the preview, I was like, oh, typical. So I like it.
It's in the vein of like maybe it's in that Tropic Thunder, like mood or vibe, where it's like somewhat a little kind of serious, but for the most part, it's like a comedic.
I'm in for that. You want to say what movie that we're gonna watch next week?
Yes. So starting this weekend is A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, starring Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, a romance sci-fi drama.
Yeah.
We want to change it up here on this show. Originally I think we were going to go check out the movie Him.
Yes.
But we did horror last week with The Conjuring. Like, we want to be a podcast that just mixes it up. We want to do different genres. We want to attract the female audience. And I think a lot of the female audience is going to go check out this romance movie with 2 very likable leads.
Yeah.
This is Margot's first movie off of Barbie. So Colin Farrell is going to be in the mix this year for the Oscar race. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Let's change it up. Let's do a different movie.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to watch it. And I actually mentioned that to you a couple of weeks back that I wanted to watch that. I saw the previews, keep seeing it.
So we'll be seeing that next week, and we'll cover it on next week's show.
Real quick on the top box office for the weekend of September 12th through the 14th. I'm going to go straight down from 6 to 1. Weapons is hanging in there at 2.7 million.
They were talking about this, and I want to see if you're in on it, Abe.
Yep.
The big podcast that I listen to about movies is called The Big Picture.
Mm-hmm.
And they were discussing this week on whether this is a possible legit Best Picture contender.
Yeah.
And also a nomination for the lady who played the Ant in that movie, Aunt Gladys.
Right,
as a possible Best Supporting Actress. Because that category is a little weak this year.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think it's got a shot at getting nominated for Best Movie?
I think so. It was one of those like cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't know what it was going to end up being. I like it.
So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
So.
Not bad. Toy Story at number 5.
I forgot that was out this weekend.
3.4 million.
I saw that when it came out originally, so I'm not bummed about missing that on the big screen.
The big movie that I missed out on, The Long Walk, is at number 4 with 11.7 million.
Excellent.
Yeah. Downton Abbey, the grand finale, at number 3 at 18.1 million.
Not bad.
The Conjuring is at number 2, being at 25.6 million.
That dipped almost 70%.
Yes, because it was, what did I say, 85.5?
Yeah, so it was very front loaded.
Right. And coming in at number 1 is the anime, The Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle. Probably said that. 70.6 million.
Very good for the box office.
Yeah.
This is a September week, so we had an 80+ million opening and now a 70+ million. Not bad for September.
Not bad.
Usually September is a dumper month for movies.
Yes. And I know you mentioned about movies, doing different genres and all that. And as we're going into October or coming into October, I probably mentioned this last week,
yes,
but
you did.
I want to know if this, a go about, it's all horror. Mm-hmm. For that month. It's Halloween. Why not, right? But I know we have Tron, we have
Smashing
Machine, Good Boy. But you did this on your show, and I don't know if you're going to leave it for yours or if you want to, kind of bring it over here, but the movies that turn 30, or maybe just, we don't need to do that. Maybe we do like old school movies, like where we rewatch them and then we talk about it on the pod.
You set the assignment, man, and I'll do it.
Okay. I feel like I gave you an assignment too.
You gave me something about Arch Manning, but it's like, what were we really going to dive into?
Yeah, and like I said, I don't want to dive into that. But yeah, let me think about it.
Really put something together and give me the assignment or for both of us and we'll do it.
I'll come up with something over the weekend to where I'll run it by you and we'll agree and then we'll go from there and then we'll announce it on the next pod in the end. But also don't forget about the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that's coming up.
That's coming up in a few weeks. Again, we got our tickets reserved for the IMAX show primetime Thursday night. So we're not doing a discount Tuesday for that. For the movies that we really want to see, we will be there opening day or night, whatever. But that's coming out and I'm getting even more pumped for it. Yeah. It's getting really rave reviews. And not that I don't depend on critics for that stuff, but it's nice to hear that it's going to be what we think it's going to be.
Exactly. Just another update, typical Tua throwing a pick. So that looks like it's going to seal the deal with 3 minutes to go. Bills ball. Anyway. All right. With movies, I want to bring more. We're going to bring more and it's only the 5th episode. So we've got a long way to go.
Long way to go. A lot of stuff to talk about. TV World, Tulsa King starts up this weekend with Sylvester Stallone.
Season 3.
Season 3 got renewed for season 4 today. So that was a little bit of breaking news, but man, we're getting into a real fun time. With the fall season getting into full swing. My birthday's next month, so is yours.
Yes.
I don't have anything planned as of yet. I don't know about you.
I don't. So maybe we can, I don't know, we'll figure out something.
Yeah, for sure. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Game Time at the Movies. We have not all our socials, but we have the ones that we do get involved with. Abe does run the Instagram account at Game Time at the Movies. Mm-hmm. I do run the X account, which I'm going to try to do some live tweeting, especially like this weekend for WrestlePalooza. You'll probably get my thoughts on that X account. So it's at Off the Top Rope 39 or just search Game Time at the Movies on X and you can find the account there. I'll be live tweeting WWE WrestlePalooza on Saturday night on ESPN. I'm going to check out hopefully some college games before and after because there's always early games and late games.
Right.
So we'll be in touch with that. NFL, of course, in full swing. I don't think we're missing anything else. Again, real bummed you didn't get to check out The Long Walk with us. I thought it was a really solid film. Definitely might go on my top 10 this year. I think it was that good of a movie. Definitely rewatchable. So hopefully down the line it'll premiere somewhere on a streamer. You'll get to check it out, or you'll just go to the big screen and watch it if you get a chance.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you all next week. Thank you, guys.
Later. Good night.